Hey everybody, I'm Richie Torrance of Richie Rich Atlanta. And hey, if you are thinking about moving to the Atlanta, Georgia area, but you don't want to live in the city and you're curious about where to live outside the city, I'm about to give you my 5 favorite locations just outside of Atlanta. So let's talk about Marietta. We just did a video on Marietta, which we'll put a link at the end of the video for you to check out. But Marietta is just one of my favorite locations, period. You take like the Marietta Square, you know, there's all kinds of restaurants and shops. There's the Strand Theater, Farmer's Market. You've got an Australian bakery. There's just so much to do around the square. And it's just one of my favorite spots. And then, you know, just getting out into Marietta, there's so much nature. The school systems are amazing. Some of the most beautiful houses you've ever seen. And for me, this is just me. It just has like a really chill, but also a really eclectic and kind of a progressive kind of energy about it. And something I just find I don't know, I love it, right? So Marietta is definitely one of my favorite spots. All right, so now let's talk about Roswell, Georgia. This place is very near and dear to my heart. You know, you take Roswell Mill where the waterfall is. I mean, that's just a magical spot in Atlanta. And you got downtown Roswell with all the restaurants and just unique restaurants at that. You don't see them all over the city. But another thing about Roswell is it's just like you've got farmland everywhere. It's so pretty in big estates and, you know, there's plenty of shopping around there. Roswell is just one of those magical areas. I've always just loved Roswell. And their school systems as well. Incredible. So let's talk about where I live, which is technically like West Buckhead, but to me, it's the Vinings area because Vinings, I can see it right there. I can see Buckhead if I look the other way. But Vinings is one of my favorite spots in Atlanta, positioned right in the northwest quadrant there. And you got easy access everywhere. You got Chattahoochee River flows right through. Some of the best restaurants. Oh my God, some of the best restaurants. And downtown Vinings Jubilee. It's just like no other area in Atlanta. You got Orient Express. There's so much in Vinings and small and quaint. It's off the grid, but it's like 5 minutes from everything at the same time. Love the Vinings. So this is an area I've been talking about for years. And sometimes people are like, really, man? But I'm telling you, Lithonia. You know, it's about 10, 15 miles. Well, let's say 10 minutes outside 285 going east. This is such a special place to me. You've got Arabia Mountain. It's like traveling through time, going back into the Roman Empire era. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I remember the first time I was taken to Arabia Mountain, I was like, this exists just outside of Atlanta? But it's beautiful, the land, the architecture. I think that's one of the areas that in the future that I will probably end up moving to. I've definitely had my eye on it for years. And I've got friends that live in, you know, out by Arabia Mountain in Lithonia, and they love it. So check out Lithonia. I got a good feeling about that area in the next cycle. A lot of people I work with, when I first tell them about this area, I'm like, you need to check it out. They're like, really? Again? So I'm telling you, there is a part of East Point to me, which I love East Point, Jefferson Park. I remember just finding that neighborhood one day on accident and just, you know, strolling through there. And I was just like, whoa, this place is really, really special. And I've kept my eye on it for years. To me, it's like the Virginia Highlands of the South Side, right? It's just one of the most beautiful neighborhoods, beautiful old school quintessential Atlanta architecture. Love the houses around there, you know, and I did a lot of research and, you know, I've been telling people about it for years. And, you know, my clients that did buy there, they're like, we love you, Richie. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? That's an area that I was looking at moving to before I actually found my place in the Vinings on accident. That's another story for another time. I got stuck in traffic. That's a little hint on that. But Jefferson Park and a couple of those areas surrounding there, I just love that area. So that's one area you definitely want to check out. All right, so as I mentioned in the beginning, we just did a video on Marietta, which we're going to stick it right there, somewhere in this area. So be sure to check that out. It's a really cool video. Hey, if you'd like to get a copy of our free buyers and sellers guide, please click on the link in the description below. And hey, if you like the content you saw, please, if you don't mind, give us a like, subscribe, and notification bell click. That would really help us out tremendously. Hey, thanks a lot. Take it easy.